Welcome to Strong Thinking. Today's video is about something that a lot of guys find uncomfortable. Women often give subtle hints that show how they really feel, and if you can read these signs, you'll know exactly when she's interested. This video will show you the 7 key behaviors that women use to show they want to get closer to you. These tips are based on Stoic principles and will help you stay calm, confident, and clear in your interactions. Make sure you watch until the end to master these signs and improve your relationships. Let's begin to comprehend the subtle cues employed in partnerships. It can be hard to figure out what women are trying to say and do without them saying it. But if she wants to get closer to you, she'll often show it through her actions instead of words. If you can pick up on these signs, you might be on your way to a deeper connection. As the saying goes, hearing what isn't said is the most important thing in communication. There's a famous quote by Peter Drucker that says, "It's important to notice the little things because she wants you closer." If she acts in certain ways, like leaning in while you're talking, touching your arm during a conversation, or maintaining eye contact for longer than usual, these aren't just random actions. They're signs that she's interested in you. By learning to recognize these cues, you'll be able to make stronger connections and confidently pursue the relationships that matter. Remember that sometimes the best conversations are the ones that happen without words. First, smile at someone with love. Number 1, smile at someone you love. When a woman smiles at you and tilts her head to the side, she's sending a strong non-verbal message of safety and openness. That small movement, tilting her head, is a strong sign that she's interested and at ease around you. The head tilt is the classic sign of trust in receptivity. By exposing her neck, one of the most vulnerable parts of her body, she's unconsciously sending the message that she feels safe in your presence. This movement evokes a sense of intimacy and transparency, as though she is discreetly lowering her defenses specifically for your benefit. Evolutionary psychology says that showing private parts like this is a sign of trust, which is why it's often seen as a sign of attraction. Have you ever noticed how someone's body language reflects their comfort? That's her way of letting you know that she's interested in you. There's also the hint of charm. A playful flick of the eyelashes and a tilted head can give off a subtle allure that makes you wonder, is she interested in me? The answer might be in her body language. The Charman effect says that people unknowingly mirror those they are interested in. This means that if you find yourself leaning in or tilting your head back, you might be responding to that interest. Now, think about that smile. An honest smile. A smile that goes all the way to the eyes is a sure sign of sincerity and warmth. This isn't the kind of smile you'd see at work. It's the real deal. A smile that says she really likes being with you, along with the head tilt and smile tilt, makes the connection stronger. When a woman wants someone to get closer, these 2 actions are often the first ones she shows. AAL, or physically, ask yourself if she would be so open if she didn't want to. The head tilt and smile together are psychological triggers. Her positive body language had what's known as the contagion effect. You'll feel more at ease when you see her smile and tilt her head. Your brain interprets those signals as positive, telling you to relax and connect with her more. This creates a feedback loop of mutual attraction. As Dale Carnegie once said, "A smile is a curve that sets everything straight." What a wonderful smile. It's not just a curve, it's a straight line that makes you feel right at home. If she smiles and keeps looking at you, it's a clear sign that she's interested. Keeping eye contact for more than a few seconds releases oxytocin, a hormone that strengthens bonds. When she looks you in the eyes and smiles, you feel even closer to her. She shows interest without saying a word. Does this exchange sound like one you've seen before? It's almost like her eyes are daring you to do something. Imagine you're in a cafe and someone looks across the room at you. When you look back, she tilts her head, smiles, and holds your gaze a little longer than you thought she would. Scientists have found that making eye contact for more than 3 seconds can make you feel attracted to someone. At that moment, she stops being a stranger and starts asking you to connect with her. Have you ever been surprised by how someone's body language made you feel attracted to or at ease? How did you react? Attraction isn't always in the words that are spoken. There are quiet, unspoken movements that make people curious and want to connect with you. So the next time you see her smile and tilt her head, don't just think about what might be going on. Maybe it's time to do something. Imagine you're sitting in a cafe and she slowly moves her chair closer to yours even though there's plenty of room. Or imagine you're in line and she stands just close enough for you to feel her presence. This intentional yet natural closeness is her quiet way of seeing if you're as open to connection as she is. When you're close to someone, their body language can tell you more than words ever could. For example, have you ever noticed how she leans in a little when you talk? That small forward tilt of her body is a strong message. It's more than just listening. It's engagement, a sign that she's comfortable, curious, and maybe, just maybe, wants to close the distance between you. Proximity isn't just physical, it's emotional too. When someone steps closer without needing to, it's like an unspoken invitation into their personal space. This act of moving nearer, whether it's shifting in her seat or standing just inches closer than necessary, is her way of saying she's drawn to you. Psychologists call this proxemic, the study of how humans use space to communicate. People instinctively create boundaries, depending on how comfortable they feel with someone. When a woman starts to move into your personal bubble, usually within 18 inches or less, it's not accidental. That's the space reserved for emotional connection. And when she touches you even briefly, a light brush of your arm, a gentle tap on your shoulder, it's deliberate. These subtle touches aren't random there. As the famous psychologist Albert Moravian once said, the way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives. Therefore, it's important to pick up on her cues. Does she laugh and lightly touch your arm when you talk? Does she lean in when you talk? Lean in a little and let your body follow hers in this quiet dance. The way you move and talk to her shows that you understand each other without saying a word. Big ideas come from small actions. Getting closer to her doesn't just close the physical gap, it also closes the emotional one. By noticing her signals and reacting in kind, you make room for connection to grow naturally and without any effort on your part. When we perceive her influence, we also perceive her impact. As suitable people, it's interesting how often we move in ways that remind us of people we feel close to. This subtle, almost magical dance is part of what psychologists call the chameleon effect. It's like the world orchestrates the sin of two bodies, even when they don't say a word to each other. Neuroscience reveals that our mirror neurons activate when we see someone we're attracted to or intrigued by, causing us to unconsciously mimic their actions. So when a woman reflects your gestures, leaning in when you do, raising her hand as you raise yours, and nodding right when you nod, it's as if her body is quietly proclaiming, "I resonate with you." Women instinctively do this when they feel drawn to someone or when they are comfortable in their presence. It's like sending an invisible signal, "Hey, we're in sync, you and I." Her body reacts to yours, harmonizing with your rhythm and matching your energy, and let me tell you, when she starts to mirror you, it's a clear sign that she wants to get closer emotionally and possibly physically. But here lies the true beauty of mirroring. It signifies not only attraction, but also fosters trust. Think of it as a silent dance of mutual respect, where both partners instinctively know their steps. She mirrors your movements and perhaps even your tone, creating a familiar bridge of understanding. It's her way of saying, "I get you." The more synchronized your movements, the more comfortable you both mirroring feel. This is not just human nature, it's universal. Even infants mimic the facial expressions of their caregivers, nurturing that bond of trust. When a baby mirrors your posture, gestures, or way of speaking, it's a silent declaration of comfort and alignment. And let's not forget the wise words of Theodore Roosevelt. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Her mirroring is a quiet testament to how much he values the connection between you two. It transcends words. It's a sincere rhythm saying, "I want to understand you." Mirroring goes beyond mere physical movements. It encompasses energy as well. If you exude calm confidence, she may reflect that back to you. Genuine confidence is magnetic. When she mirrors your body language, she engages in a dialogue of presence and energy without the need to speak. Pay attention to these moments, embrace them, and leverage them to strengthen your bond, one synchronized movement at a time. Lightning strikes for the fourth time. Lightning strikes for the fourth time. If a woman touches you in a way that doesn't seem intentional or subtle, it's a clear sign that she's interested. These touches can be anything from a light brush on your arm to a gentle pat on the shoulder while you're talking, or a soft touch on your hand while you're handing something over. A lot of the time, these kinds of actions are meant to be serious. She's interested in how you react to her active class in order to get to know you better. Touch is one of the most powerful ways to show interest without words, and it has a big impact on how relationships start and grow. Studies have shown that even a light touch can send a strong message of interest. In fact, touch releases oxytocin, which is often called the love hormone. This hormone encourages trust and emotional closeness through short physical contacts. Short physical links can have big effects on both people's minds. Think about this. When she leans in closer or lightly touches your arm, what do you naturally feel? Do you feel a spark, or is it just making you more aware of her? Loving actions like a gentle touch on the back while leading her through a crowded room, or a warm hug when you greet her, can strengthen your relationship. One thing that can make this effect stronger is if she laughs at something you said and nudges you on the shoulder. This playful action not only strengthens the physical connection, but also creates a moment of shared joy and closeness, which makes the interaction more memorable. Taking part in this dance of touch, from light touches to deeper ones, Tony Robbins, an American author and motivational speaker, once said, "The only thing that limits your impact is your imagination and commitment." What if you saw these touches not just as gestures, but as invitations to explore a deeper emotional landscape? Remember that vulnerability is key to building connections. When you're open to the possibility of intimacy, you make room for attraction to grow in a world where digital communication has become more common than face-to-face interactions. Giving and receiving physical touch can bring back the essence of human connection. So the next time she reaches out, see it as a chance for deeper engagement and an exploration of what lies beneath the surface. Accept it and see where this journey of touch can take you both. Staying around after a conversation is one of the smallest but most powerful signs that a woman is interested in you. If she keeps talking or just hangs out nearby after the main conversation is over, it's a clear sign that she likes you and wants to keep interacting with you. This behavior isn't something she does by accident. She often makes the choice to stay close instead of moving away or engaging with other people. This seemingly small choice says a lot about how she feels. When we like someone, our natural tendency is to want to spend more time with them. While being close can show emotional attraction and connection, If she feels at ease with you, she may want to extend the time you spend together. This can show up in a number of ways, such as making eye contact, laughing at your jokes, or even leaning in closer while you talk. These non-verbal cues show that she enjoys being with you and may want to deepen the connection. Getting closer to someone. One of the fastest ways to become closer is to share experiences. Doing things together, like cooking, camping, or going to an event, makes memories that you can both look back on and enjoy. Build a relationship story gives you both something to talk about and remember. From a psychological point of view, when someone enjoys being with another person, they often show it. To deepen a relationship, whether it's a friendship or a romantic one, you need to build trust, emotional closeness, and understanding. It's not just about spending time together, it's about creating meaningful interactions that bring you closer together. It's natural to want to be around someone more when we like them, even if it's just to talk for a little longer. So how do you handle this? How can you make the most of the fact that she wants to stay and talk? If she lingers, take the chance to keep talking to her by asking her something that shows you're interested in her thoughts and feelings. For example, if you said you loved traveling, what was the most memorable place you've been? This will keep the conversation going and show that you're interested in her experiences. If the time is right, offer something on the spot. For example, I know a great coffee shop nearby. Would you like to grab a coffee and continue our conversation? This shows that you are confident and ready to take the conversation to a more personal level. According to famous psychologist Albert Mehrabian, 93% of communication is nonverbal body language. If she's facing you directly, keeping an open posture and making eye contact, these are all strong signs that she's interested. On the other hand, if she's looking at her phone or around the room, she may not be as interested. Reading these cues is important because if she seems hesitant, it's a wonderful chance to strengthen your relationship with her. Remember that you need to be patient and let the talk flow naturally. Watch how she reacts before you make any big moves. Effective communication and active listening are interdependent. Don't rush. Experience the moment and make her feel at ease with you. The more she feels at ease, the more likely she is to open up, which is when the magic happens. Neuroscientists say that when people feel empathy, their brains release oxytocin, a hormone that is linked to trust and bonding. This means that the closer she feels to you, the stronger your relationship can become during these times of hesitation. Pay attention to her body language and reply with thought. This shows that you are emotionally intelligent, as well as getting ready for a stronger link. Sixth, she shows weakness by idly running her fingers along her neck or fiddling with her jewelry. This may seem like a harmless action, but it has deep meanings. For example, when she lightly touches her collarbone or adjusts a necklace while talking, she's subtly showing layers of attraction and vulnerability. One of the most sensitive parts of the body is the neck, and even unintentionally drawing attention to it can mean you want to get close. It's like she's saying, I find you attractive, but I'm also a little nervous. When a woman makes these kinds of movements, they often calm people down and show that they are both excited and nervous. Changing her clothes or accessories while you're there isn't just her fidgeting. It shows that she wants to present her best self to you. It's a universal truth that we all want to impress the people we're attracted to. Her attempt to look polished is an unconscious signal of interest that she wants your attention. So how can you respond? If she leans in, lean a little closer. If she touches her necklace, compliment it. These are all small things that can make a big difference. Encourage connection and strengthen the bond between you. Keep in mind that these aren't just nervous routines. They're indicators that one could easily overlook. Figuring out these cues isn't just about figuring out behavior. It's also about figuring out what's being said without words. For example, she might be changing her clothes, which seems like a simple action, but it hides a complex set of behaviors. In Nava's social and romantic relationships, she shows that she knows how you see her by always trying to look her best. This way of presenting herself is important when there is attraction, and it has a lot to do with evolutionary psychology. When women are interested in someone, they may naturally show their most vulnerable parts, like the neck, to show trust and openness. This can build a stronger empathic connection with that person, drawing them closer in ways that words often can't. In this dance of attraction, it's the spoken language of body and emotion that lasts. Thought number 7, the finer points of the number 7. How delicate flirting can be when it comes to showing interest without words. The way she acts shows a careful mix of confidence and fear, attractive and intriguing. For example, if she gently twists a strand of hair around her finger while making eye contact, it's a strong signal, almost an unspoken invitation to talk. But is she just nervous and twisting her hair for no reason? Or is there something deeper going on? Twisting hair serves a dual purpose. It makes her feel better and gets your attention at the same time. It's a dance between being open and sure of yourself. You should notice her even if you don't say a word. This fun act becomes even more important when she twirls her hair while looking at you. This is a strong green light. Self-care and flirting are equally important. To flirt, she does this, which sends a clear message that she wants your attention. It's her way of asking, "Am I paying attention?" This is not a one-time thing. It's part of a bigger emotional plan. It goes beyond simple flirting. With a hint of playfulness and curiosity, she's reading the mood, watching how you react, and measuring your interest. Now is the time to be more deliberate, rather than being swept away by every little move. Respond with calm and curiosity. Compliments are nice, but they should come from a genuine place. Avoid being too complimentary at first. It can come across as trying too hard. Instead, focus on one or two things you really like about her, like her style, smile, or a thoughtful comment she made. Pro tip: compliment something. You could say something like, "I admire how positive you always seem." This shows her that you're interested in more than just her looks. If she keeps showing interest by making eye contact, laughing at your jokes, or keeping the conversation going, you might want to suggest a casual outing. Keep it simple with "Hey." Ralph Waldo Emerson, a famous American author, once said that nothing great was ever done without excitement. I'd love to grab coffee with you sometime. Keep your cool and embrace your excitement, and you might find the link you're looking for in the conclusion. Understanding the subtle signs and behaviors women use can help you figure out when she wants to be closer. If she acts this way, it's important to pay attention to these signs, like making eye contact all the time, looking for reasons to be close, or even having deeper conversations. It's clear that she likes you and is comfortable with you being there, but remember that self-respect and confidence are important in relationships. Stay grounded, observe with clarity, and respond with thanks for watching today's video on the 7 signs that she wants to get closer to you. By noticing these subtle cues, you'll not only understand her intentions better, but also handle your interactions with the calm and confidence of a Stoic. Remember that knowing these signs is about making real connections and building relationships based on honesty and respect. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to make sure you don't miss any more videos like this. Stay aware and confident. See you in the next video.